Today I'm going to show you how I do my IV doxy. I think I've done this years ago in a video, but I'm doing it outside today. You do have to be very careful because IV doxycycline makes you very sensitive to the sun, but it is very cloudy, so I think I'm okay right now, and it also runs very fast. This is the kind of tubing I have, although it really doesn't matter if it has a dial flow for me or not, because this controls how fast or slow you want it to go in. The higher the number is, the faster, besides open, is the fastest. And then the lowest, I believe, is it goes to 5. Yeah, and that's like, would take like forever. That's so slow. But there's many versions of dial flows, and there's also tubings without them. It doesn't really matter. I have a bunch of each. I need a saline for before and a saline for after. I need some alcohol wipes, a heparin, and this is what it is. So this is just saline, but we mix in the doxy, which is the medicine right here, and right now it's in powder form. I need to grab some Purell before I start. I just lowered down my pole so you can see it, but I'm gonna want it higher eventually. So I'm taking this medicine. It is Doxy 100. That means it's 100 milligrams per vial, and so it's already set up in the dosing that my doctor prescribed, so it's all set. These we do not put in the refrigerator. What I first do is I crack this seal, boom, and now I squeeze some saline into the vial. Da 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 da. And then you wanna move it around and make sure, and then shake it. Make sure it dissolves. So it even tells you right there, break, seal, and mix before use. I mean, I don't know how else you would use it, otherwise it would just be saline. But this is really cool. Some of my antibiotics and things in the past have come in just syringes where they're already like this, and where I just go in with my port, which is accessed. Some of them, only Doxy I think is the only one I've had to mix like this, but it's still super easy. And then some come in a little eclipse, which are the bubbles that get like really small, and they're just like a pump, and they go on their own timing, so you can't make them faster or slower. So now I'm gonna do the reverse. I'm gonna squeeze the saline back and let go, and it'll bring the medicine back in. Unfortunately, it gets like foamy, and then you can never get like 100% of it in because some of it gets on the corners, and then you can't get it into the middle. So I kind of wish they put it so you could like tilt it sideways like that, because it's always a little extra, but I do the best I can. And then you want to thoroughly just kind of distribute this like that, and then we're gonna hang it up. Now I didn't even touch anything like sterile, or it needs to be sterile. Okay, holy over hand sanitizer. For people, I mean, we should all be using lots of hand sanitizer now and washing our hands. Aloe was very helpful for everyone who's getting dry hands from using hand sanitizer all the time. Back up a little. Just shut this with my elbow. Yes, Sonoma, we're gonna play in a minute. Sonoma's ready to play with his football. So, what am I gonna do first? Let's do my flushing of my port first. Easy. Take off my green cap. Love those things. I just used a natural foaming hand sanitizer if anyone's interested, so it doesn't leave your hands all dry. I'm almost out of that though, and they are more expensive, so it's easier to buy the other ones and just wash hands. So now I'm gonna pulse this. You can either go slow like that, I'm going at a continuous rate, or push stop, push stop, push stop. And that shows it's really now, like, you really can do either, but pulsing it is supposed to help it go through the line better, so there won't be anything stuck in there and cleaned out, because it's more instead of just one continuous go of that. If that makes any sense. So now I'm holding this, I'm not breathing on it. And should have left the saline cap on it. That's what I usually do, but I'm talking, so I am preoccupied. So we're just gonna let it go and clamp it, and I'll just have to clean it again, but usually I don't do that. That's what happens when you multitask. See if I can get any more in here. Now I'm going to take this off, this blue thing, and you cannot let it touch anything. So it's not. If you let it hang, it shouldn't be. Now I'm going to open up my tubing. This is the chamber. Now we're going to spike it, which just means we're going to put it inside, and you can't let it touch anything, or you'll have to either alcohol it really well, clean it, or get a new tubing. Now it starts to come in. Just these things are just taped to hold it together. Why is it gum? Now I'm going to put it all the way on open, because I need to let it go all the way through to the end and make sure I get all air bubbles out. And I'm just going to go into this bag that I have here. Lift it up. It's easier when it's higher because it goes by gravity. No air bubbles. Awesome. Clamp it so it stops moving. It's all moved all the way to the end, which is what we want. Now, since I didn't leave the saline on, this cannot just be connected because it was touching my pajamas. So I easily just clean it again. Watch what I'm touching. Oh no, the wind. And there goes something. Attach this like that. Screw it on. Now, put this back up, because that's not gonna work so well. That looks good. And I put it on like 250, which is about the fastest you can go besides open. Make sure both things are unclamped, or it won't be going. And then there we go. Running my Doxy. Picking up stuff. Whoops. And now I'm just going to throw the ball for Sonoma from up here and let this go, and I will finish it off when it's done. Alright, so not a lot of time has passed. This chamber is empty. There is still some going down here, but I don't want to get blood return. It's not a big deal if I do. It happens all the time, really. But I'm done because I am, like, my body is very used to this medication and does well with it. Yay. So, hand sanitizer. I'm gonna grab this. I just locked this. Just gonna undo this. Sometimes I need a little help. Oh, I really put it on there tight today. Oh my goodness. Ta-da. Just place that away. Don't let this touch anything. And then I can go right into saline. Pulse it. 1, 2, 3, just whatever. Pulse, pulse, pulse. I don't let the air go in because that is not good. Don't want air going through your line. Or water. Like, people think of saline as water, but it's got salt in it. It's sterile. It's not like water from your sink. Like, that would kill you. I'm not sure what amount. Heparin, just to make sure that nothing clots and it keeps the line clean. I'm gonna close this so nothing gets into it. And I'm all set. If you have any questions about IV antibiotics, IV medications, ports, priming lines, or anything like that, you can ask them in the comments and I'll be sure to look at them. Thank you.